Hey everybody, my name is Josh with Bish's RV down here at Alliance today, and special thanks to the RV Nerd Herd members for requesting this one here. I've always tried to have a viewer-driven channel, and this is a new model from Alliance, and I had a lot of people saying, man, when can we expect a video on that one? Well, today. It's kind of like, I've sort of seen the floor plan before from a few other brands, but they sort of franken-campered this thing together a little bit. What's interesting, this is kind of the little brother to the big Paradigm 395DS, the dual suite, the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Down here, scaled into an avenue, it's now a bath and a half, and it's not a full-on, it kind of is a second bedroom with a loft above, but accomplished in a little smaller, lighter, different kind of way that also includes a little mini camp kitchen, which isn't terrible, and something I personally like, and am surprised has kind of phased out of the RV industry so much, is a second entry door straight into your bathroom. Those are so handy at cutting down a bunch of dirty foot traffic through the RV. Now, we've got things like standard dual air with capacity for triple air on this sucker. So that's a newer thing for 25, making these triple air capable in the Avenue series. Previously, you had to go to Big Brother Paradigm for that. But you still have things like the tank heaters, the composite walls and floors, the walk-on roof, the 320-watt solar package up there, the holding tank heaters, a nicer pin box, and suspension package. Some really awesome features on this. One of the things I'm noticing, though, is that there's aspects of this that look and feel like a toy hauler. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like the living room and the kitchen that I personally like, they're almost like taken straight out of a toy hauler. And the way that you have two split awnings, well, not that sounds like 4 awnings, but 2 awnings split outside instead of one giant awning, so that you're not running an awning over the slide out. Stuff like that's kind of smart. And toy haulers do that all the time. And they applied that here. So let me know what you like, what you dislike, and if you appreciate how we try to give you a fair approach to this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's go. And I'm going to begin this by telling you I'm kind of short on time, so I'm going to move a little bit faster than normal, which might be music to some of your ears, I don't know. And every time that I try to do that, I always end up making a 40-minute long video anyway, but I had basically completed for the day, and then I spotted this RV over here, and I had some requests for it. I'm like, man, I really got to try to get something on that for you, because the Avenues have a way of being very popular and then selling out, and I can't go to like one of my stores and record them, and they're not building this model all day, every day necessarily. Like RV factories work on rotations, you know? So I wanted to try to do something, and I figured something would be better than nothing, even if it clipped along a little faster. What's nice about this one, your living room setup doesn't really sacrifice anything. You've got a really nice double sofa situation going on, really overlooking the entertainment center. I will plop my butt down here and give you a quick look at that. That TV can pivot around, by the way. I'm going to sit all the way against the sidewall, which is probably, whoop, that's further down than I meant. Didn't mean to move the camera that quick. I try not to make people motion sick, sorry. But it was like, I was already past the point of no return at that stage. So, you know, this is very easy viewing, especially if the whole family is stuck inside on a rainy day. One of the cool things about this floor plan is it really can work great for more than just families with little kids like traditional bunkhouses. Traditional bunk models, you know, they have small, tiny little sleepers. This legit has a dual second bedroom with big loft above. So you can sleep some adult guests in here where that can be really handy. Maybe you've got a situation where, like, you know, dad's got dementia or something like that. You know, I don't mean to be a downer, but being real, that's a thing that can happen. Or you have an adult special needs child, and a bunkhouse does not work. It feels almost insulting. This is a model back here where they really kind of, not only do they get their own privacy, which can be very handy if you have, again, a special needs person in your family with sensory sensitivity. Having their own private space, their own entertainment, their own storage back here can be really, really handy, you know. Now, one of the interesting things here, if you look at this, like it's the TV positioning feels weird, but where else were they going to put it, you know? However, that thing can also pivot right around, and you know, there's some storage space behind that, not to mention above it is just a monster chunk of storage capacity. Now, I'm a little bit over 6 foot, and I think I can actually stand under this. Holy cow. Yeah, frankly, this is better. I think this is better than the actual front shower You know what I mean? Well, the only shower, the RV only, well, I guess it has an outside shower. I'm sorry, I'm being stupid and semantical. I'll quit it. The ladder here. The planks are a little bit wider, so it's a little more barefoot friendly, which is nice. But so it's not tripping you up. It actually just kind of slides and just rests vertically so that you have more ability to pass through the half bath. But first, of course, we have the loft up here. And this is one of your areas I do need to just kind of apologize. I would normally climb my backside up here and give you a size demo, but I am just a little bit short on time today. Now, I don't use a tricky fisheye wide angle lens or anything like that. Pardon the beam in your face, sorry. I wanted to get you over here to take a look at the storage that is here, and I'm trying to maneuver my camera through everything so you can get a peek of that. By the way, this room back here, you're not going to have a hard time keeping it cool because it has its own dedicated air conditioner exclusively for this room. Once again, this is a bath and a half model, and it has a direct entry door, and that freaks some people out. That's just a mirror on the wall, by the way. That's not a medicine cabinet. Regarding that door, take a look at the little red paddle over there on the door handle. That's your deadbolt switch, effectively. If you want to make this room secure, like, you know, your living room at night, you would probably flip the deadbolt. You can do that. Some folks feel a little more spooked about a direct entry bathroom door, though, because, like, you know, when I'm doing my toilet selfie champion routine, I think two things. People are afraid of, you know, somebody walking in on them or opening the door while they're doing their business and exposed to the world. I get that. You know, that's not a thing that we want to talk to our therapist about. The other thing is, I think some folks are a little bit afraid that the gas station murder hobo is going to, you know, open that door and steal your kid. And I don't say that in jest. I respect that as a parent, like, you know, going through airports or stuff. Like, my wife and I have a policy. Our daughter does not get left alone because it takes seconds to change your life in the worst possible way. But, you know, if they could get into this door, they could have just got into the main entry door anyway. But it feels different because this door is further away from you than the main entry door. You know, it feels like you don't have a fighting chance for your kids. I get it. It's different for everybody. Now, when if I sit down here, you might notice this actually has a slightly different air system than a lot of the other avenues, where it is actually centralized in this main room here, because that air conditioner also services the half bath. Since the bunk room, the second bedroom, has its own dedicated, what do I want to say? Its own dedicated air conditioner. Holy cow, my brain just started smoking on fire. They you know, they had to find a way to keep that half bath cool. So there you go. Man, that's a big window too. Now, this is going to look a little bit funny because the shelves in these slide open pantries aren't set. And actually, I think I just kind of spoiled some of the surprise. Wow! This is a slide open pantry! Surprise! Yeah, I kind of botched that right there. You get the idea, though. The shelves can kind of be adjusted and set or removed, really however you want to. Now, some people don't like this kitchen arrangement. It's one of my favorites. I always seem to like a lot of the stuff other people don't. I'm always weird that way. Like, if I play video games, I find strategies that are weird that work for me that don't work for other people. I don't know. It's just, I always have a different way of thinking at or looking at something. Doesn't mean my way's better. It's just it's what works for me. But I like this because there's really good countertop prep space. Your power outlets are under the overhead cabinets, by the way. There's really good countertop prep space. There's a lot of cabinet and storage space all smashed into one little area. It's very easy to reach and access, and none of it is really like a mystery whatsoever, you know. Your converter panel down there in that little compartment, one thing I want to mention there is Alliance does color code all their electrical lines so that you don't have to worry about, you know, like trying to figure out which wire goes where in a sort of service diagnosis thing. And it occurs to me that I actually didn't ever, in my haste, demonstrate the hide-a-bed or the sleeper sofa open or anything like that. So there you go. Handy little look at that. I do like it. It's interesting to me. The two upper lights in this slide box have separate light switches on separate dimmers in there. That feels like maybe a little bit overkill, but I want to give Alliance some credit. They are actually really good about using dimmable lighting. So your main cabin lights, those lights in the slide box themselves, the lights in the bedrooms, they all are dimmable. Why am I sure? Oh, I didn't turn the hallway lights on here. I was like, why is it so dark all of a sudden? Because if you notice, I'm a dingbat. And these nice little canister pseudo-style lights right here, you know, the pretend canister lights. There you have it. Moving into the bathroom, as long as we're already facing the camera upwards, let's look at that big Max Air, well, the smaller Max Air vent fan, but it does have a rain cover built right into it. On the left side of the screen, you see me standing in the shower. Why? Because it's fun. My head barely cleared that sucker. But I had no like elbow room clearance issues whatsoever down here like that. The space around that toilet was fairly fluffy friendly, and that is porcelain, by the way. You may have noticed how the shower was a one-piece fiberglass shower as well. Over here, looking actually down under the sink, if we crack open that left side cabinet right about now, you can see how there's a little wastebasket space there and a couple handy extension drawers. What I thought was a little bit more fun, though, I almost missed it. I just started looking up, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I looked to the left of the mirror. I was like, wait a minute. I see a shadow there. Is that a cabinet door? And this is a very interesting Legend of Zelda secret storage space. Now, this is actually shared between the bedroom and the bathroom, so we're going to get a second look at that in a minute. I just want to clarify that so you don't think you're getting like twice the storage. Now, the living room air conditioner is centralized into the living room, kitchen, and the half bath, whereas this air conditioner is centralized into the bedroom and primary full bathroom. So it's not a whole house centrally ducted system. It's a little bit different that way. Your front closet is prepped and ready for a washer dryer. You can get a queen or king bed in here. I'm curious, what would your preference be? We're looking at the king bed today, by the way. But the base is queen sized. So if you look at an Avenue that is in stock at any store, Bish's RV or anywhere else, like I'm just trying to be realistic about this, and you wanted a queen bed and it has a king in it, you can always take the king bed out and put a queen in it. You have to shave down the decking below the bed a little bit, but that's nothing. If a store ever acts like that's a big deal, just find a different store. They're lazy idiots. I don't know. And that applies equally to Bish's RV. You know, if you contact us and we act like boneheads, I don't think you should buy from us. It's just that simple. You know, we need to earn your business, and sometimes that takes extra efforts. Now, again, remember the first storage that I cracked open there, that is actually shared between the bathroom. And then, you know, you can easily lift up the bed for storage. Plus, you've got serious dresser space here. But what's easy to miss is you've actually got, oh, you can see my reflection over there. You got like a shoe garage going on down below this thing. Oh, my knees are killing me. I really should have wrapped it up. But you know what? I'm kind of glad we're getting this footage together. Let's close it up real quick. Now, the road mode in this one, it's kind of weird. The whole RV, to be fair, is kind of weird. You know, your primary entry door, like a lot of RVs, will get you to the bedroom and bathroom. The upper deck is a Norco Exact slide. Your lower decks are electric rack and pinion. Now, when you go to Paradigm, you start picking up hydraulic jacks and leveling. Avenue still uses electric, just in case you were ever kind of curious. What I can't remember, and it's different on everybody who makes this floor plan, is can we access anything in the refrigerator? Because if you know, from the entry door, you know, obviously we're going right past the control panel there. You know, you can get to your sink, and like, if you need to stop and fire up the stove, you could do that. But what I don't recall is what happens with the refrigerator. So let's find out together, shall we? Because it seems like everybody who builds this builds it a little bit different. Yeah, because of, I'm going to get you way up high and look down here, which is a great way to get rid of a double chin. By the way, older folks, when you're taking selfies on Facebook, don't take them down here. Take them up here. And it looks a lot better. You know, you get younger and thinner right on the spot. But this fridge didn't mean to do that so hard. That was broke when I got here. But never mind my klutzy self. Here's something that's interesting. The rear half bath and the rear room are readily available in transit because you have the second door. So like I said, it's got weird road mode. Now, one of the things to really consider as we go around this thing, take a look at the weights and measures scrolling across the bottom of the screen. This thing's big. You know, Avenue is the little brother to Paradigm, but when you're a little brother of a gigantic monster fifth wheel, sometimes you still end up with a pretty big result overall. And that's what we're looking at here. So if you're going to ask me what kind of truck do I need to handle this, my general recommendation is going to be either a real heavy 3/4 ton Frankly, though, I don't know that somebody with a 1-ton would necessarily be unhappy with the experience there. I think that if you're going to be on more modest, easy terrain, a 3/4, heavy 3/4 would probably be okay. If you're going to be going across, more demanding zones, having a slightly more capable vehicle would probably give you a yield a little bit better experience. I like how they give us that full Tron lighting all the way across the pass through there. Now, over here in our docking center, they've added a couple things. You might notice that all of your gate pull valves and everything are right there. Hold on, where's my sewer outlets? While I'm over here on the poop side of the camper. Okay, kind of what I thought. This is a 2-outlet kind of RV. Overall, your holding tank capacities are huge. Keep in mind you have multiple tanks kind of comprising the black and the gray, but you've got your half bath in the back, and then you've got your your kitchen and front bathroom draining out up here. So it is a dual sewer outlet kind of system. And as long as I'm kneeling down here with my failing kneecaps, the underbelly, it's enclosed, it's forced air heated. There are holding tank heater pads on all your holding tanks, and it also has forced air heating underneath. Now you have a couple types of motion lighting here in the pass-through, so it'll kind of just activate where you need it. Now, in terms of slide systems, your lower deck slides, those are rack and pinion. Your upper deck slide up here in the bedroom, that is a Norco Exact slide, and they are all 12 volt, just in case you're curious. So like battery operated. And I mention that just because sometimes there's new people who don't know. I've had people say, what if I'm boondocking? How do I open my slides? You just push the button. That's what's kind of nice about them. Now, this is also wide body, just like Big Brother Paradigm. Basically, all Alliance fifth wheels are 101-inch wide body. They just try to... The cool thing, too, is it's built on what they call their benchmark chassis, which is benchmark's just kind of one of the fun Alliance words that they really gravitate toward. But it is not the industry standard chassis. It is Lippert made, for clarity, just in case someone is kind of curious. But it is completely custom engineered specifically for Alliance. And what it is it's a wide body chassis. And as a result, it provides more support along the sidewalls so that you just have less physical, like structural stress around the RV. And I don't remember Avenue having a high gloss exterior like this. But let me run you like right down the sidewall of this thing. It is looking good here. We are what the industry calls mid-profile fifth wheel right now. And mid-pro does not mean what it used to. The difference between mid-profile and high-profile is pretty minor at this point. And this is kind of an example. Like Avenue, frankly, is at the level where some other factories, they call this their top-level fifth wheel. And then obviously Paradigm goes above. So there's some really good things going on here. Now, the second door straight into the half bath, that really freaks some people out if you've never had an RV. I get it. It's weird. And even if you've had an RV, it might not be for you. That's okay. There's different floor plans, but it can cut down on so much foot traffic in and out of the RV. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely amazing. Now, this grill combo, if you don't want your greasy stuff splattering right against the wall of the RV, it doesn't have to. Now, they made this baggage door for the camp kitchenette compartment drop down, because if it flipped up, it would conflict with your rear awning arm. Normally, I'd love to get you up to the roof, but that ladder is just a little bit too close for my fat backside to squeeze my way up there, and I'm not going to try to sideways monkey climb and kill myself for it. I love you guys, but not that much. By default up top, you've got a 320-watt solar panel, by the way. Now, on the back here, you have your 3,000-pound towing receiver hitch with safety chain hooks and wiring harness as well. And as long as I'm walking under this thing, I don't think we're going to get to see too awful much over here, but might as well kind of complete the visual. If you want to add slide awnings, that's something that could easily be done. You want to add a camera to the back, pretty simple stuff too. So again, apologies for clipping along maybe a little faster than normal, which my short videos are still probably longer than other people's videos, because you ask me what time it is and I build you a clock. Take a look at the links in the video description for pricing and availability. And if we don't happen to have one in stock, contact our team. We can certainly get you those sort of things. And when you're ready, we're ready. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. I am beat.